My first memory about coming to Camp Knutson is I was 13 years old, so nervous. I made my dad fly out with me because I didn't want to come on a plane alone, but I just remember coming here and feeling so accepted amongst everyone and like not being stared at or judged, which was huge for me because out in the real world I get lots of stares. I have vitiligo and I started coming to Camp Discovery back in 2017, which is for kids with different skin conditions, and it was truly the best experience ever. It was the first time I had ever met someone else with the same skin condition, and I just remember not feeling alone.
At Camp Knutson, we strive to deliver excellence. Each year, we hope our campers find joy, healing, fun, and friendship right here at Camp K. Our mission is to nurture and enrich the lives of campers who need this experience the most. We serve campers that have autism, Down syndrome, campers with skin and heart conditions, and many, many more. But Camp Knutson is open year-round. We also serve retreat guests. We do social gatherings, meetings, and opportunities for families to have celebrations too. Our hope is that campers will have the very best time of their whole year right here at Camp Knutson. Welcome to Camp Knutson's 38th Annual Quilt Auction. The proceeds from this event ensure that our programming and facilities are able to meet the needs of every single one of our campers. This auction is also one of the finest quilt shows in the Midwest. The quilt auction will take place here at Camp Knutson on Saturday, August 10th, starting at 9:30, with a live auction beginning at noon. This free, family-friendly event is open to everyone. We'll have concessions and guests can tour camp and learn more about our programs. Our online auction with more than 100 quilts will open on August 7th at noon and close on August 10th at 11:30 a.m. Register and bid at campknutson.org/quilts. Keep watching to preview our premier live auction quilts, generously donated from across the country. While these quilts are not a part of the online auction, an absentee bidding form can be found on our website. On behalf of Camp Knutson, I want to thank all of the volunteers that work so hard on these quilts year after year. I especially want to thank our event volunteers that do so much work behind the scenes to make this event so great. You're going to meet some of those volunteers right now.
I'm Wendy Bears, and I'm from Pine River, Minnesota. I've been involved in the quilt auction for 4 years here at Camp Knutson, and we have amazing quilts that we have been receiving for the last several months. The auction is coming up, but behind the scenes, we actually have been busy since February. A donor letter went out to the previous donors, seeing if they would want to donate quilts again. And we also have brand new donors through word of mouth. They are interested in donating. So we do get quite a few quilts. We have, 100 live, 135 silent, and then we have about 100 small items. So we have things that are tiny, like placemats and table runners, all the way up to king-size quilts. The quilts are amazing, and we look forward to seeing you at the day of the event.
Hi, my name is Jan Larson. I live here in Crosslake. This is my 4th year working with the quilt auction. One of the roles that I have played as a co-chair is I receive the quilts in as they come in and start the processing. We work at the log church, which graciously gives us the space to spread the quilt out and look at it, and then Brenda writes a description of them, and then we pack them up and save them for the week that we actually do the sorting and the photography. It's one of my favorite things of the year to do. I just love seeing the workmanship and the dedication and generosity of the donors that we have. It's great.
Hi, I'm Cindy Melsby. I am one of the tri-chairs of the quilt auction. Please join us the day of the event and see all the wonderful quilts that will be hanging and folded for display. When you arrive, please stop at the greeter station and pick up some information and a catalog and a map of the camp. You can also have tours, and there'll be sale items that you may purchase for cash, check, or credit card. There's concessions, and there's popcorn and lemonade. Please come out and enjoy the day.
Hi, I'm Brenda Peterson, and one of my jobs is to share the stories of the quilts and make them come to life and explain a little bit about the how and the why that they came to be. We have for you right now an opportunity to preview all of the quilts in this year's live quilt auction. And we invite you to sit down with a pencil and take some notes as you're looking at these magnificent quilts to see what might pique your interest. Then, on the day of the auction, prior to live bidding, which starts at noon, you will have an opportunity to come and see all of the quilts, to see them in their magnificence, to ask questions. There'll be people around that can answer questions, and really get into the feel of what the auction is all about.
We can't wait to see you at this year's Camp Knutson Quilt Auction. Happy bidding!
This quilt is a beautiful romantic quilt design that features hand-appliqued roses, leaves, and berries in a pleasing heart-shaped arrangement. It was donated by the Husby family. This quilting is extensive in the center of the heart, and it was lovingly made by a woman for her daughter's queen-size bed. This quilt perfectly fits and frames that bed like a bedspread. We love quilt number 26, which comes to us from Gloria Day Lutheran Church. An abundance of care and creativity went into the composition of this amazing, vibrant quilt. This neighborhood contains inclusive flowers, trees, houses, little girls, and their pets, all surrounded by a confetti border and exuberant binding. This spectacular quilt has been custom machine quilted, adding to its vast appeal. It's uncertain what will attract your attention first, but attracted you will be. This beautiful quilt from Nancy Morkert has a center panel depicting a majestic creature in an artistic setting of trees, mountains, and sky. The colors are tranquil, but yet realistic, and the scrappy fabric choices for the piece border perfectly accentuate the elements of the center. Finishing off this magnificent quilt are two included pillow shams. This quilt was made by a loving grandmother in honor of her granddaughter, Avery, a Camp K staff member. This exquisite quilt was completed as a block of the month over the course of many months by Cindy Muth. Aside from each of the star blocks containing a multitude of small pieces, the sashing ribbon is what really sets this one apart. Not for the faint of heart, the creation of this impressive quilt required both a high level of skill and much perseverance. The gorgeous palette of teal, rose, and green all come together and are framed by the wide floral outer border. Kathy Evenson donated this beautiful quilt of subtle applique images of fishing and other wildlife strategically placed among precision-pieced elements of familiar and traditional quilt blocks to create this outstanding quilt. Appealing fabric choices, meticulous stitching, combined with a luxurious moss green backing to make this quilt a real prize for a lucky and generous bidder. Quilt number 45 comes to us from Susan Lohman. It's not often that you find a quilt that truly looks masculine, but this large and classic quilt fits the criteria. The pattern is a variety of churn dash block variations. The colors are moody and rich, and the Baptist fan quilting pattern adds yet another layer to this being absolutely perfect for anyone's bed, but especially for that guy who gravitates toward the colors and patterns of fine wool suits. Quilt number 49 comes to us from the Lord of Life Lutheran Church in Baxter. With the anticipation of the National Loon Center coming to Crosslake, they chose a loon theme. This quilt was begun as a retreat center during the winter, and it took several months to reach completion. The quilt was thoughtfully and precisely pieced by Irene Christofferson of Baxter and quilted locally at Mother Originals of Pequot Lakes. Their investment of time and talent in the community contribute toward this effort. This is quilt number 62, donated by Bev Panzer. Rather than seeking out a spa for relaxation and rejuvenation, simply head to the lake, for it is calling you there. Soothing images and calming colors, mindful words, and clever machine quilting, including ducks floating on watery waves, makes this quilt especially appealing.